Hello, hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mel. In this training, and depending on where you're seeing this video, this could be on the Million Dollar Nervous System page or in Facebook. I want to share with you the four identities, the four steps to cultivating a $1 million nervous system. Now, you might be thinking, what the heck is a $1 million nervous system? Well, it's this. A $1 million nervous system is having the ability to promote yourself in business without shame, unapologetically. It's when you are rooted in knowing who you are, no matter what is happening around you. You're able to raise your prices without fear. You're able to command your fees without fear. You're able to sell and promote yourself from a relaxed state. You're able to attract clients from a place of integrity and not manipulation. You're able to have fun while growing your business and not freak out when the numbers get a little wavy. Having a $1 million nervous system means your business becomes a source of inspiration and not a drain. And you finally exhale because you discover your true worth and your true value that you bring. So there's four steps that I've discovered that cultivate a $1 million nervous system, because when you can access that inside of your body and really recode your body for inner wealth, it spills into every dimension of your life. You see, when you have a $1 million nervous system, you can then build the $1 million business. You can build the $1 million family. And I don't mean just monetary, I mean the level of impact, the level of energy, the level of frequency that you carry emits into everything that you touch. Your family, your relationships, your health. I think that's something really important that needs to be said is I see so many founders and people who are crushing it, right, from a numbers perspective, and I've worked with them behind the scenes, and yet their body is failing them. And if you don't have your health, you certainly cannot have your wealth, because you can only run on adrenaline for so long. So if you're here and you're watching this, welcome. I'm Dr. Mel. I am the creator of the $1 Million Nervous System, and something that I am super, super inspired by and what I'm up to in the world is really helping founders unlock their somatic superpowers and become unfuckwithable, in which, again, when things are happening around you, you're just cool as a cucumber and it doesn't impact you and you don't feel all those fear sensations in your body, which ultimately then helps you build generational wealth and recode your body for inner wealth. Not just money, but wealth in time, travel, experiences, time with your family, time with people you love, right? Because you can have all the money in the world, but you can have no life, okay? So I'm here to teach you and be the embodiment that you can have both. You can absolutely have both, and you can create it. And it takes some work. And what I've discovered is there's four identities and elements that are required to be able to step into your $1 million era. And if you're curious to learn more about this and to really step into this, then I'm going to have an offer for you at the end of this video. So make sure you stay to the end. The first one is becoming a somatic sovereign. And what do I mean by sovereignty? Sovereignty is reclaiming your autonomy, reclaiming your agency, and know that you have personal and radical responsibility to not live into the stories of your past, but live into becoming sovereign. And that you get to occupy your body. Because here's the thing, whether you're a founder, you're running a business, you're running a family, you're a corporate baddie, whatever, you have a body. You have a soma, which means body. And when you can fully occupy your nervous system and your body, you move through the world differently. Your posturing is attuned, and you don't live into the chaos of what's happening around you. And that first starts with being fully occupied and sovereign in your body. That is one of the first feedback loops and the first systems that starts to get a little haywire when you let the stress of the world, when you let the stress of your business or whatever it is you're building, when you let that stress percolate in your system and penetrate you, your body is the first thing to go. So first, we must become a somatic sovereign. And a somatic sovereign is someone who is embodied in their entrepreneurial journey. And the body leads. They don't ignore it. They attune to it. They listen. They say, hey, something's off here. They don't push through to try to get to the next goal because they know, a somatic sovereign knows that when they do that, they're sacrificing things on the other side. There's an opportunity cost. And so the first step in building your $1 million nervous system is become sovereign in your body and reclaim the parts of you that you've given away. The parts of you in your soma that you have ignored, that have been screaming at you in the process of building, that maybe you've kind of, ran away from. And I can tell you that when you learn how to alchemize this energy in your body and reclaim it, it becomes a source of infinite wealth and power. And you get to build your $1 million nervous system. So that's the first identity. The second identity is becoming a shame slayer. Yes. So we got to first own and reclaim our body, because we live in a body, right? We are not aliens. We live in a body. The second thing is becoming a shame slayer and turning and transforming and alchemizing the shame and the guilt that we sometimes carry from our past, transforming it into our superpower and living beyond trauma, living beyond the stories of shame that we tell ourselves about business, money, visibility, promoting yourself. If you want to be able to step into the world and promote yourself and put yourself out there, ask for the offer, right? Pitch yourself, promote yourself, expose yourself, put your business on the block. We have to get over our shame around that. We have to get over our shame of becoming wealthy, becoming successful in your own values. Because that shame will stop us every time. I guarantee it. That shame, that guilt, that fear, where you can be doing all the strategies in the world, but you wonder, why do I, when I go to do this thing, I feel this kind of, right? I feel this pull in my body. Why does that happen? It's because of the shame of our past, and we're living our life and our future through the lens of our past and not creating from our future self. And so when we live from the stories of our past and the shame of our past, we don't create a new vision. We just project the shame and the fear and the pain. We project it into the future and we live in the same dimension. Nothing changes. So this is where, again, if you are in this container and you join the $1 Million Nervous System 30-day experience, we're going to start to alchemize that shame and live unapologetically and be able to transform emotions and learn emotional alchemy of how to actually leverage emotions to our superpower. Because if we don't, what happens when we don't is we keep recreating the same shit, right? What we don't repair, we repeat. And so we must reconcile and repair and transform these things of our past into our superpower so they no longer run the show. Underneath. It's the stuff underneath the hood that we got to look at. So number 1, become a somatic sovereign. Number 2, become a shame slayer. Number 3, live courageously. Be a courageous human. You don't need to be confident first. You need to first be courageous. Be brave. A lot of people ask, I know that they say when they come into my world before they do the work with me, they say, Dr. Mel, I know my next step. I know what to do. Like most people, comment below. You know what to do. You know your next step. But what happens is the fear underneath stops us. And I can tell you the exact coding of why. And I'm going to teach you that inside a $1 Million Nervous System. There's a reason why. And you don't have to live into the shame of that anymore. You can actually understand biologically what's happening of why you take action on some things and why you don't take action on other things. And I have the exact science and method to teach you that. Within number 3 is becoming and knowing your courage codes and living courageously. Because again, you don't need to be confident. You just need to learn how to move with fear and act anyway. I have a saying, the ABCs of courage, which is anxiety, or the feeling of anxiety plus behavior equals confidence. And you do that, or equals building courage, right? And when you do that enough, it does build confidence. So you don't need to be confident. You need to become courageous. And then when you do that enough, and you understand why you take action on some things and why you don't on others, and you actually can love yourself through that, then you become the confident person that's always been inside of you. So that's number 3, is living courageously and understanding your courage codes. Because we all have a set of codes, we all have a set of values and our designs, our life design. Many of us in the world, if we follow the bro marketing and the bro businesses, we're trying to build something that's not actually in alignment with our design. And so that leads to the hamster wheel, in which you're trying and trying, and you're building and you're building and you're building and you're building, but you never actually considered, is this in alignment for me? Is this in alignment for my design? And I'll talk about the map of fulfillment after we talk about the 4th one. So the 4th one is understanding your unique wealth design. How do you cultivate wealth? What does wealth mean to you? Because you, based on your lived experiences, based on what you perceive as valuable, based on how your nervous system defaults in stress, because hint, hint, everyone has a different stress response. Everyone handles stress in the world differently, which is actually beautiful and unique to you. You have a design that comes from your biology, that comes from your nervous system, right? And so when you can understand that and leverage that, that is how you build true wealth. And you don't chase these fantasies that people are throwing at you, and you don't fall victim to just running after something when you have no idea if that's actually what you want. And most people have never been given permission to actually ask, what do I want that's in alignment with my design, my codes? How do I build from that? And if you're building outside of your design, you're going to feel it in your body. You're probably going to feel it in your psychology. You're going to feel it in the feedback loops around you, right? You're not fulfilled in the building process. Sure, you might get hits of dopamine, but you're not actually fulfilled. So these are the 4 identities that are required to step into and cultivate your $1 million nervous system, so that that energy that you've built internally pours into every dimension of your life, your business, your team, your family, your friends, your kids, right? I know I see a lot of moms and parents come into my world. That's really important to understand. Am I building something in alignment with my values, my priorities, my design, or am I just doing it because some coach or mentor told me that more equals better? I hate to tell you, my friends, but I don't hate to tell you. I'm here to tell you, more does not equal better. More just means more. More challenges, more growth. Yes, more opportunity, but not without challenge. So, I digress. So when you can tap into these 4 identities, what happens is you then can step more into your map of fulfillment. And your map of fulfillment is your North Star of what's going to pull you when things feel challenging, when things come up, right? Because, building a business is very fulfilling. Building a life is very fulfilling. And it is not without challenge, all right? It is not without challenge. So your map of fulfillment is this. In order to live and recode your system for inner wealth and more fulfillment, you must understand what is part of that map. And we're going to be building this inside of the $1 million nervous system 30-day experience of how to live more into your codes, your design of your nervous system, which ultimately helps you feel more fulfilled. And the map of fulfillment is this. If you think of a triangle, the top part is knowing your vision and your mission. Your vision is, where are we going? Where are you going? What is your vision for life, for your legacy, for the planet, for you, for your family? Why are you here, right? Where are we going? Okay? And then the mission is more of why. Why are you doing this? I have a mission to heal and teach 1 million people on this planet through my programs. I am on a mission to empower healers, leaders, and entrepreneurs to slay the shame of their past and step into their healthiest and their wealthiest life, to build a life and a business that they can't wait to get out of bed for, right? They're inspired. They're excited. That doesn't mean they don't have challenges, but they know how to navigate it like a Jedi. That's what my mission, that's my why, is to teach, to lead founders, healers, leaders, entrepreneurs, to slay the shame of their past, to transform their trauma to their greatest triumph, and really leave an impact and a legacy that heals the planet. And I'm sure you can feel that listening to me. So you got to know where you're going, your vision, your mission, your why. And then on the bottom of the triangle, it really starts with who. Who are you? Right? Understanding who you are. You know, because here's the thing. There's a lot of programs. There's a lot of programming that gets laid down before age 10. Okay? And so as you get older and you say, well, I should do this, I ought to do this, I need to do this, and I say, says who? And you say, isn't that what I should do? Says who? You probably got that program that's outside of who you are from your mother's, father's, uncles, fathers, teachers, preachers, aunts and uncles, teachers, preachers, the culture. So challenging the narrative of who are you really? And I have a framework and then a methodology that actually teaches you how to live more into who you are. Because when you live into who you are and you love who you are, anything and everything becomes possible. But when you're living outside of your design, things get a little chaotic and the universe tries to slap you back in, okay? And that's what we're going to teach you in Million Dollar Nervous System is how do you come back to who you are and live unapologetically into that and love unapologetically who you are. And then the last part of the map of fulfillment in the triangle is the what. What is your purpose? What are you here to create? What are you here to do? What is your purpose for being here? So you've got the why, the where, the who, and the what. And most people, that's got to be the foundation. Otherwise, if it's not, you are susceptible to the programming and the narratives of coaches, mentors, people telling you that this is how it should be. And then you're unfulfilled, and then you're chasing the next thing, and you get a hit of dopamine, and then you're like, that was great. And then you're like, I still am not fulfilled. I'm still not fulfilled. And I'm here to teach you and build the gap and bridge the gap that you can build a very successful business and a family and a life, and you can be fulfilled along the way and not be, a crazy little hamster chasing everything all the time, because that's going to lead your nervous system to burnout and a myriad of other symptoms in your body. I am a doctor, I am a healer, I am a teacher first. And so that is where all of my work is filtered through, is to help you be your best healer so that you can build these things in your life while also still having your health. So I digress. If you are ready and you are someone who has felt the call, felt the pull, and felt it's time. Maybe the cosmos have been telling you it's time. Maybe your intuition guided you here. I don't know why you're here, but I trust that you are here for a reason. Trust that. And I want to make an offer to you and invite you into our Million Dollar Nervous System 30-day experience, where for 30 days, you get to work with me and receive daily downloads, high-level coaching of how to, one, unlock your somatic superpowers and become a somatic sovereign. Number 2, become unfuckwithable and slay your shame and become and live courageously. And ultimately, number 3, recode your body for inner wealth and know your wealth design and live in accordance to that. Live in accordance to how you were created, how you were designed. 30 days with me, daily downloads in our private channel, live activations with me every single week of how to actually start to build these identities and how to really live into them to ultimately cultivate your Million Dollar Nervous System that pours into every dimension of your life, because you, my friend, are the center of all that. Your nervous system filters, your biology filters all of that. So this is our 30-day experience. And that's not all. That is not all. You don't just get the downloads in our private channel. You don't just get the live trainings. You also have many, many chances to win some really epic prizes. Are you ready for this? And they're on this page. I will post a link below. If you're on the page, you can scroll down and look. So you also get to win. if you want to play to win. So the first prize I'm giving away is the Project Lioness cohort, which is a $7,000 offer for first place, y'all. This is my signature 6-month cohort in which I help you reclaim your power, your purpose, your play, and your pleasure in all dimensions of your life. And I walk with you step by step in cultivating your millions, cultivating your courageousness through my signature methodology in the program. So that's a 6-month container with me, live coaching, live experiences, our amazing Lioness community to help you really build step by step, bottom up, from your body to your soul, how to build a life that freaking rocks your world. That's Project Lioness. Now, if you already are a client of mine, you can take that $7,000 of tuition and apply it to your next program. So that's first place. Second place, and on this page, you'll see all the chances to win. Don't you worry, all the ways that you can play to win, I should say. Second place gets access to our 4-day Inspire Immersion, which is our signature immersion that we help you as healers, leaders, and entrepreneurs really immerse yourself in nature and community. And every time we host it, it's different. So this year, it's all about the concept of belief and building that belief internally. So it's a beautiful place that we hosted in northern Minnesota. It's in the woods. It's on 90 acres of beautiful property. You're taken care of all weekend. We deliver network spinal sessions, so you get body sessions with us, breath work, time in nature, experiences, and really just being immersed in community and uncovering why you're here on this planet and leaving rejuvenated, reset, and re-inspired. So that's normally $2,500 to join us. So that's second place. And then third place gets a one-on-one with me, which normally for 75 minutes, if you want 75 minutes of my time, my wisdom, my experience on your life, your business, your challenges, your opportunities to really collapse time for you in mentorship, it's normally $2,000. This is a $2,000 offer. So many of my one-on-one clients, when they come on calls with me, they make money like that. We print money. And they learn how to really love their life again. They learn how to step into their business and be inspired by their business and have that energy to pour over into their relationships and their families. So this is where you get to work with me one-on-one and help you facilitate those breakthroughs so we can collapse time and you can really create the life that you love and get to where you want to go faster. So the prizes, y'all, over $11,000 of prizes. This is insane. This is epic. Okay, comment below if you're excited. I will make sure I drop the link if you're not already on the page. I'm super excited for this. And that's not all, y'all. That's not all. Are you ready? Are you ready? Y'all, this 30-day experience is only $97. And if you're a go-getter like me and you like to bend time, then you're definitely going to want to join VIP. At the time of this recording, I don't know how many we have left. They may already be gone. But in the VIP $1 Million Nervous System 30-day experience, you're going to get private access to me where you get my eyes, my wisdom, my brain, my consciousness on your sales kinks, your marketing messages mishaps, on what you're building, your offer, what your projects are. If you're not an entrepreneur, you're in corporate or you work for someone else, what's coming up for you emotionally? I'm there in that channel directly where we can go back and forth and you can get live real-time coaching with me beyond just the daily downloads. And you get a specific private, intimate coaching session with me with just our VIP people where we do hot seat, love seat coaching, Q&A access with me where I help you bust through any of those blocks and you get live access with me where I can coach you through exactly what you're working through so you can collapse time because there's a power in proximity and there's a power in mentorship. There's a reason why I am where I am and why my clients are where they are because mentorship is powerful. Mentorship is what gets you into that vortex that can literally collapse time. So that's what you get with VIP. And all of this, y'all, regular admission is just $97. VIP is $997. And the beautiful thing is when you join VIP, you can actually apply your tuition to a future program with me. So you get to pay it forward. So if you are someone who's kind of thinking about joining a program, joining Project Lioness, becoming a facilitator, or joining the Vortex Mastermind, this is a way that you can put a deposit and then join at the end of the experience. Because I know some of you in here, some of you on this page have probably already been thinking about it, which is why you're here. So that's something that I like to offer to you, is so that you can pay it forward and essentially put a down deposit on your future. And your future self will thank you, my friends. So this is the $1 Million Nervous System 30-day experience, where I am your guide, I am your captain, to help you unlock your somatic superpowers and really just let your body be the wisdom, be the guide, and sync it with your heart and your soul and your mind, to help you slay the shame of your past and not be held back by the shackles of the stories that you've told yourself, but ultimately live from your future identity and be present, build from present time consciousness, and ultimately help you build and recode your body for inner and generational wealth. I'm so happy that you're here. Click the link below and join us. We start October 1st, and I can't wait to see you there. Cheers, my friends.